Good. Okay. In your guided meditation,
Yeah.
you hear me now, Magdi? In your guide, you don't add anything. You just take away, isn't it?
Hmm.
I mean, it's not about added information. I mean, you're not teaching us something. You're just guiding our attention to what always is.
Yeah, you could say that we are we are being guided.
But the feeling of wholeness, of completeness, is my true nature, which is always available. So you are just removing the veil. I mean, like a guru is the remover of obstacles, basically, how it says.
In a relative sense, you could say that, but not in an absolute sense.
What could you say in an absolute sense?
All is well.
Perfect. So this whole universe could explode right now, and it wouldn't be a problem.
Of course.
But there is, on another level, there is a human sentiment that we care about one another, that we appreciate, that we love, that we feel pain.
Sure. Yes.
Okay, good. So there is a huge contrast on one level between it doesn't matter at all and then as if your life depends on it.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good, good. Then you speak about it's a little bit like talking about the chicken and the egg. Which comes first? You speak about the sense of I am somebody. And then there is, in my discovery right now, so strongly, the experience of shame, pride, and embarrassment.
Well, that's being somebody.
Yes, yes, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, this is being somebody. So shame, pride, and embarrassment can be allowed to be experienced, to look through, to see that it is only a misunderstanding.
You have to look at what is the source of the shame and pride. You have to look at the source, of you have to look at the cause.
So there I would like to understand what came first, because I have the feeling that the I am somebody, this psychological construct of I am somebody arose out of shame, pride, and embarrassment.
Oh, they are not two. No.
Perfect. Okay, good, good, good.
You
Same,
can
same, same.
you're trying to um, make some sort of causality like that. Is it the shame and the pride that lead to the sense of me, or is the sense of me lead to shame and pride? Uh, yeah, it's a chicken and egg question.
Yes, 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 yes.
The egg is the chicken and the chicken is the egg. They're
Good,
both.
good.
Yeah. Uh, in the in uh, what is helpful for us is to explore the belief that reality belongs to my mind.
Mhm.
That is my it is that it is the mind that is real. This is helpful to explore that. And one way of exploring it is, of course, to contemplate that the mind is perceived. Thoughts, sensations, whatever, are perceived. And there is a perceiving aspect. And the perceiving aspect is what is real, is that which is changeless. And that's helpful to sort of dilute a little bit over time, of course. It takes time to completely dilute this uh, uh, sense, belief, and feeling that is the mind that is real. And so our reliance on the mind, which is very powerful, very deeply rooted, over time shifts from the reliance on the mind to the reliance upon consciousness.
Beautiful. You spoke about living, living the teaching.
Yes.
To what degree has friendship any place in this?
Oh, friendship has a very big place in living the teaching. And friendship towards everybody, an equal friendship towards everybody. This loving, kind friendship towards everybody, honoring their their freedom as your own. I mean, honoring your freedom and their freedom as the same freedom, which is God's freedom. Kindness, uh, not to be a savior, but to be compassionate and not to sort of be driven to become a compassionate person. But no, compassion arises in the moment, and it expresses itself in many ways. It expresses itself in silence, in sort of a sentiment, a loving sentiment. It expresses itself sometimes in acts of kindness, acts of generosity, uh, maybe making oneself available, in one way or the other, or it just doesn't express itself. It can remain. So friendship, yeah, is it's impersonal. I mean, when I mean true friendship. Of course, there is
Mhm.
personal friendship, or this guy from high school or whatever. Of course, I mean that's also part of the design. But the true friendship, I think, what you are talking about, is comes from the understanding about our oneness, our wholeness, and our also enjoyment to celebrate our love and our oneness in the waking dream.
To what degree does shame, pride, and embarrassment prevent friendship from happening?
It interferes with the harmonious way of living. So this is something that we we attempt to explore, not just fear, pride, and shame, but the root cause. Trying to explore the root cause of the negative emotions.
Mhm.
To say shame, pride, but the root cause is really what matters. And so the invitation in satsang, an invitation for oneself when we are interested, is to explore the root cause.
So, who is the real Holger?
Who
The
is it?
one who is the real Holger? The one who loves to be at home in the heart, if you like to say it this way, or the one who is ashamed or embarrassed to reach out and to ask questions? Which one is the real Holger, and which one needs to be respected more than the other?
Mm. I mean, it's depends what your experience is in the moment, and the real Holger is whatever it is in the moment, and should it be respected? Uh, I'm not sure. I would say it's. I would encourage the contemplation rather than respecting the contemplate, meaning to sort of look into it and to sort of go in and explore, the this Holger right now or the Smegdi right now to explore that. What is it? What's what's on board? And to, of course, I mean, there is, I mean, in my case, I quickly go to the perceiving aspect to consciousness, but uh, also to be interested in um, what is the phenomenal experience, internally and externally, at that moment. on what's happening in the chest, what's happening in the belly. What is it? What is it? What's behind it? What is it telling me? What is it? What what is the real message? Is there a message? Maybe there isn't. Maybe the message is, after you look and look, is I am consciousness. Maybe that's a message. um, uh, so it's an interest in the in the exploration of the Holger, which is appearing at, at the moment. And sometimes the Holger or the Magdi that appears lingers. Sometimes it's just shifting so fast, it's not lingering. So it's just the looking, but the target is moving, and sometimes it's more, how do you say, there is it's more uh, stable. There is really something that you can go into and explore and look at. Yeah.
Beautiful. Would you say that a teacher has a humility, not claiming that he or she knows really everything, but that there's a humility of admitting a blind spot in themselves, a potential blind spot?
Yeah. First, just to make a distinction between false humility and true humility. In false humility,
Mhm,
somebody who's trying to be humble, okay? Uh,
mhm.
and in true humility, it's just the understanding that my understanding isn't my understanding. This understanding of God's understanding just speaking through me, through Holger, through all of us. Uh, Oh, in terms of, I think you were saying something about the teacher acknowledging their,
Blind spot.
yeah, of course. I mean, absolutely. To remain completely, you don't know what's around the corner. You don't have a crystal ball to know that, oh, you don't have a blind spot. How could you say that? I can't imagine a body-mind organism without some degree of blind spot, no matter. Um, yeah, uh, and there may even be blind spot that appear to uh, a teacher where they get defensive for a moment, you know. But uh, it doesn't last long. The defensiveness doesn't last long. It's just knee-jerk reaction, maybe something of the sort. There isn't a residing ignorance, a residing ignorance. There may be a little uh, wind of ignorance that may sort of manifest, but it doesn't reside. Yes, absolutely. Blind spot. Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah. In, so it's always an interest in, it's
Mhm,
in the open listening. You're not listening from I know
mhm.
and let me listen, but I know. No, in open listening, you don't know. So you
Yes,
listen.
yes.
There is discovery, and there is an interest in this in discovery, not an interest in, oh, I know.
Mhm. Perfect. Thank you so much, Magdi. I'm
Okay,
grateful.
nice talking to you. Yes.